In this video, I'm going to teach you how to grow your LinkedIn influence quickly without spending any money on things like advertising and virtual assistants. The way we're going to do this is by using this special new tool called Taplio. Now, there are three big problems with LinkedIn that Taplio fixes. The first is that your content just does not go viral. So you put a lot of energy into writing posts, into writing comments, and then very few people end up actually seeing those. Second is it's very time consuming. So you're investing a lot of time into writing those posts and comments, but you're not really getting any return on investment from that invested time. And lastly, it's just not scalable. So all of this requires a lot of manual effort. Now, what AI and automation does is fixes all of these things. And it does it in a way where you don't have to keep investing money to scale up your influence and marketing. So there are basically three key ways to grow your influence on LinkedIn, and Taplio is going to help us achieve all of these. So the first is making your content go viral so you are able to reach and influence a lot of people. Being able to create a steady stream of posts. So this is something social media algorithms really like. They're really going to prefer profiles that are able to do this. And number three is being able to generate and nurture leads at scale. Now, let's walk through the first primary way that we're going to grow our influence, and that is making your content go viral. There are a few key ways that Taplio helps us drive virality on LinkedIn. The first is getting inspired by posts that have already gone viral, and even using artificial intelligence to generate posts that have high viral potential. The second is commenting on influencers' posts. So essentially what we're doing here is we're piggybacking off the influence that other people have to elevate our own influence. Third, we can automate direct messages and replies to encourage comments that help drive virality. So for example, let's say you have something like a free tip sheet. You could write a post that says something to the effect of, leave a comment and I'll send you the tip sheet. Now, normally that would be a very tedious process, right? Following up with everybody that comments, sending them a message or a comment that includes the tip sheet. But we can automate that entire process. And lastly, we have the ability to tag and analyze influencers. Now, you don't even need an account to do this. You don't even need to sign up at all. You don't need to pay anything. You just go to taplio.com/lookup and you're able to get a lot of influencer data. So let's go into a little more detail on these use cases. So writing viral posts automatically. The way we do this is in Taplio, we go to the section on the left called viral content. And what Taplio is going to do is it's automatically going to generate a roster of posts that have gone viral that are relevant to your LinkedIn profile. And then what you can do is you can find one that you like, hit this little lightning bolt icon, and what the system will do is use artificial intelligence to generate a post that was inspired by this post. And you can post it as is, you could schedule it as a future post, you can edit it, or you can even just start from scratch. By looking at what's gone viral, start writing your own content. Another key thing you can do is comment on influencer posts. So there's this section on the left under CRM called Engage. Now, what I did was I created a list of influencers with people like Neil Patel and Gary Vaynerchuk. I did that in the context section. And then what I did was in the Engage section, see what posts they're putting out, and I'm immediately able to reply to them by writing it from scratch or by hitting again the lightning bolt icon that automatically generates a response that I can publish to Neil Patel's post. You can also find viral posts with specific keywords for inspiration. So for example, I want to be known well for product marketing. So I went to the section under content inspiration called search mode, typed in the keyword product marketing, and I'm able to see these three posts and other posts that have gotten a lot of traction in the product marketing space. And then what I'm able to do is get some ideas about what could potentially go viral for me instead of just writing some random stuff and crossing my fingers and hoping that it goes viral. You can also just see what's trending in your niche. So, for example, these 3 posts have gotten a lot of traction under the category of startups. I'm able to automate DMs, replies, and even post to Twitter. So under the advanced options, you can use autoplug, which will automatically respond to people that comment on your posts. Auto DM, automatically send people direct messages if they take some action on your post. And you can also just publish to Twitter to get even more reach out of your LinkedIn commentary. We're also able to get inspired by LinkedIn influencers. So I went into Taplio, I looked at this influencer, I'm able to see some statistics on how many followers he has, the posts that he has. Something that I found very interesting is being able to see what topics he's talking about. Maybe there's some hot trending topic that I don't know a lot about and can start writing. So he's talking, for example, about newsletters. And I can also look at some of his most successful individual posts to see maybe there's some sort of pattern in what he's doing. Maybe he's asking questions. One thing that I notice here is he has a PS commentary, which is something that people often pay attention to more than the rest of the post. So in the next section, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the second key use case, creating a steady stream of posts. One thing that a lot of successful social media influencers do is publish content consistently at specific times. And you might think they're going into their accounts once or twice per day or once per week. They're writing the content and they're publishing it. In reality, they're relying on some sort of back-end system to publish that consistently. Taplio is one of those. So you can schedule an entire calendar of posts. You could say, okay, on Sunday, I'm going to write 100 posts, and then I'm going to send them out once per day, and that's going to cover 100 days worth of posts for you. The way you would do it is you would write the post here or generate one using AI, and you would hit add to queue, and then you can specify here the specific date that should go out and the specific time that it should go out. So for example, I wrote a piece of advice here on marketing. It says market share matters far more than positioning. And I could write a whole bunch of posts like that, and they'll go out consistently. Another cool thing is we don't have to write those posts from scratch. We can generate them with artificial intelligence. You go to the AI generated section on the left here, and what Taplio is going to do is it's going to produce a number of different posts that you can choose to either edit or post immediately or schedule for posts later. Cool thing I found here is it looked at my account, it saw some of the posts I did in the past, and it automatically generated a unique post just for me with respect to outbound marketing. Now we're going to talk about the third key use case for building our influence, which is the ability to generate and nurture leads. This is going to be really important if you're doing SDR work, if you're doing BDR work to build partnerships, or if you're doing demand generation or account-based marketing. One feature you might want to use here is the ability to message people at scale. If you go to the outreach section on the left, you're able to write up to 100 people at once. You can see up to 100 recipients in this section. I added my colleague here as an example. You write the content here. You could say something like, "Hi, John, I'd like to offer a free VIP account." And I can send that DM. I can schedule the DM to be sent out later. I can add emoticons, modify the text, etc. I can also send cold messages by using the premium in-mails. Now, who are you sending these to? Well, you could add specific accounts of people that you're interested in, maybe people from specific target companies you're going after. You could add them from Sales Navigator, so maybe have a giant account list or lead list that you've already generated there. Or you could write messages to people that either liked or replied to specific posts. So all of these CRM capabilities are built into the system. Now, nurturing target accounts and leads. The first thing you can do is just send them messages, which is the outreach feature I mentioned earlier. But the other cool thing is you can engage with them. So, for example, let's say somebody just entered your sales pipeline and you have a long sales cycle. Well, one way to stay top of mind is to comment on the posts that your prospective buyers are publishing. So you can see here some posts, and I can write a response here, or I can use AI to generate a comment using this little bolt icon here. Very, very cool. I showed this earlier, how you can do this by commenting on influencers' posts, but you can also just use it to comment on pretty much anybody's post that you want to track. So There's really a pretty robust CRM system built into Taplio that you can choose to use. So, for example, I can see all the people that like my posts. I can see all the people that comment on my posts. I can create a new list of anybody that I want to track in the CRM. I can add individual people. You can see here that I added my colleague. I'm able to get his email here. I'm able to see what company he's at. And the AI will also generate an icebreaker for him. You can see what his position is. He's a copywriter, how many followers he has, DM sent, likes received, comments received, and I can also just choose to send him a message right here. So to wrap up, Taplio is an easy way to build your brand on LinkedIn without any marketing budget. One of the reasons I'm a huge fan of advertising is because I think that it's a very economical, scalable way of influencing a lot of people. But when you use things like AI and automation, we're able to do and achieve those same influence building activities by using organic marketing. So to get started, what you can do is you can sign up for a free trial, or you can just use the free Chrome extension.